This is a course which I gave to the immigrants to Canada, and most of them only been here for like a year or so. And this is the class I gave last week to those immigrants in Bow Valley College, and the target language for that class was to teach them to read the labels when they go to the supermarket. Okay, let's go on. Let's click on this. And at first I showed them this food label for extra lean ground beef, and this is actually, I scanned it from their textbook, and I asked them some questions like, what is that? Is that ground beef or milk? And how heavy is it? And when was it packaged? And students were supposed to read this label and answer my question. And after I asked all the questions I want for this label, I went to the other one, which is for cottage cheese. And I also asked the relative questions like, how should it be kept? And then the same thing for the fresh farm eggs and also for the skim milk. So after all those food labels are presented, I ask them to open their books, and on their book there are some statements and which were ask students to make a judgment to see if those statements are true or false. For example, one of them was a question said, extra lean ground beef is supposed to be eaten before July the 30th. Is that true or false? So students were supposed to read this food label and make a judgment. So from this label, obviously we know it's not true because the best date is before July the 13th, not the 30th. So after all those food labels, I present this picture with a can of soup, and I just generally make some introduction about where on this label you can find the name of the food, a list of ingredients, indication of durability, and so on. And then we move on we move on to the nutrition facts label, and there are different steps to read the label. For example, the nutrition facts table is the first step you should read, and the second is a specific amount of food. Like this one is only for 4 crackers, not 8, not a whole package. And then I told them to read the daily value and explain what daily value was to them, and also core nutrients, and just tell them the definition for those nutrients, and are they healthy or not, and what their functions are to your body, what can they do to your body. Then we move on to the nutrition claims and list of ingredients. So after that, I show them this table, how to read a nutrition facts label as well. Just want to make it clearer to them. And this one is a more colorful nutrition facts label, and this is for macaroni and cheese. They probably didn't know what macaroni and cheese was, so I showed them a picture of cooked macaroni and cheese. And then we went back to this nutrition facts label, and just basically repeat what I did before, and here just tell them 50% or less is comparatively low, and 20% or more is comparatively high. So they should be careful when they read those nutrition facts. And this is a picture I copied from Health Canada, and here are some suggestions when you read the label, and also the suggestions for the trans fat amount you should take. And then this is a picture to tell them that the food label is full of useful information and it's very important. So the next I show them what's the difference between two nutrition facts. And those two nutrition facts labels are both for cookies. And I ask students to read them carefully and tell me the difference between those two. So students read them carefully and were able to tell me the difference between those two labels. For example, the one on the left side is for 2 cookies and the one on the right side is for 4 cookies and stuff like that. So after that, I showed them a table also from Health Canada and what the government suggests people to eat well, how can you eat well in general. So after that, I went to a website from Health Canada, as you can see from here, and here's a quiz made by Flash. So we just went to do the quiz. The first question is, here's a nutrition label here, and the students were supposed to select the picture that shows the correct amount of cereal according to the nutrition facts label. So they have to read them carefully, like especially here where my mouse is points to per 1 cup cereal, and those containers were 2 cups, so they are supposed to make a judgment which one shows 1 cup. So here we choose picture 2, and then the website showed us this is a good answer, this is a correct answer because this is 1 cup serving. Then we move to the next question, and it's a nutrition fact label for yogurt, and students were supposed to select the product that is lower in fat. So they have to go to the fat portion and read carefully. Then they made the judgment that product 1 has higher fat and product 2 has lower fat. And then we click that product 2 and it is right. Then we move on the next one. And the question is, true or false, vitamin C will be listed in the nutrition facts label. So they should choose true or false. And here is true. So we click on true. And that is right, because they only show the amount of vitamin A and C in a food nutrition label. And the next question was, it's a little bit of math problem, like how many calories will you get from the tuna in those 2 sandwiches if you use a whole can, and per half can it's 60 gram drained tuna, and so they have to do a little bit of math. Then the answer is 120 after they did the math equation. And here's the explanation how you can get 120. After that, we move to the next one. It is the next question. Use the daily value amount as your guide. Select the product that has the lowest amount of sodium. So then they have to read those 3 nutrition facts labels for different products.